Okay, hello all. So today we're gonna continue watching the games from round 2. So yesterday I think we saw 4 or 5 matches. Today we have to see 4 more, and that will conclude the round 2. And round 3 is going on right now, and it will end at the end of the week. So at the beginning of the next week we'll see round 3 and the first games from the loser bracket as well, because now the sets are prepared for the loser bracket as well. So the first match that we have to see is a team named All Around the World, if I'm not mistaken, and that team concludes very skilled and high elo and very known players. So all around the world, I think it's ACCM, Slam, freaking Andy, and freaking Chris. Freaking Chris, I think he's around 17, 1800, but freaking Andy, Slam, and ACCM, they're at the top of the world. So yeah, they're one of the best players, and they are going up against what is the team called? Give me a second. They're going up against Sober Petronas. So Sober Petronas played the game at the previous round 1. We saw it last week, and they're gonna go up against a very tough team. And I think they are around 17, 18, 1900, something like that. So we can go right ahead and check the drafts. So for freaking Andy is for all around the world, and Grab Wisp, if I'm pronouncing correctly, is from Sober Petronas. So we have Mega Random home map for them. For freaking Andy, for the team all around the world, we have Nomad, and the first I want to see this map. The first map that's gonna be played is Water Nomad. Unfortunately, Water Nomad is a tricky map to pick and play because of the bug that we have with the galleys, with the boats, because we might see it in the game as well. They bug a lot. When you tell them to go somewhere, some of them stop and they don't. Even if you spam the click, they will not move. You have to stop them and then tell them to go somewhere else, and they start moving. So the next we need to see the civilization drafts. So we have banned Dravidians, Portuguese, Sicilians, and Gurjaras. So Sober Patrones, they have Berbers, Chinese, Mongols, which they were banned, Lithuanians, Japanese, Byzantines, Koreans, Spanish, Burmese, Mayans, and Romans. And for all around the world, we have Vikings, banned by their opponents, Malay, Persians, Malians, Italians, Saracens, Vietnamese, Bohemians, Burgundians, Turks, and Bengalis. So I think we are ready to go right ahead and see the first game. So here we have game number 1, all around the world against Sober Petronas. Give me one moment because I want to see the chat as well. Okay. So first, let's check. Water Nomad is a map that you can play both land and water, but of course in this map, because the ships can go everywhere, you need to play full water. So let's check the position of the players. So we have red over here with Berbers. His ally, yellow here with Japanese, and orange over here with Chinese. Now, I need to say that in this map, you start with more villagers than 3. I think you start with 5 or 6. I see, yeah, 6 villagers, and you start with 4 fishing ships. No, 4. I do not remember. No, I think with 6 villagers and 6 fishing ships as well. So feudal times are gonna be quick because you have so many resources already coming in. And of course, in this map, you drop a dock instantly, like Nomad, and your fishing ships can provide the food. So this is the position of Sober Patronas. Now, at the opposite, now this is one of the, I could say, more spread out opening positions for the players, because right here you can see that we have Sober Patronas, and from the other side we have the players from all around the world, which is freaking Chris, Slam, and freaking Andy. So over here we have freaking Andy with Persians. Here we have freaking Chris with Saracens, and down here we have Slam with Malay. Now, the strategy in this game is, first of all, you need to find where your opponents are. And by the way, this map has a lot of buffaloes. You can gather some. I mean, you can not gather them with the villagers, but have them in order. Maybe you will need them later to gather food from. Or use a couple of them to scout. And you can see that freaking Andy he will reach feudal age in an amazing time. And Slam as well, like they reached at 5 minutes mark their feudal age, and that's a very sick time. But of course you start with so many villagers and fishing ships that with the food provided you can go up to the age very quick. So you see that Slam is with 11 villagers and freaking Andy is with 10. Excuse me. So right back to the game. So we can see that both freaking Andy and Slam will open galleys very quick. So I see that freaking Andy has not scouted a lot around his base, so he does not know where the opponent is. But maybe at the start of the game he might see a passing villager next to his TC or in his line of sight, so he might have an idea where the opponent might be. And Slam is already sending some buffalo forward scout. Freaking Chris just reached feudal himself. So all of the players from all around the world, all committing to feudal age and going for galleys. And all the players from Sober Patrons, they just now reached feudal age, except yellow, who will reach right about now. And we can see that 2 players, red and purple, are already making galleys, and the 3rd player is making galleys as well. So it's gonna be a full galleys war. But the players from all around the world, they have a small advantage. COVID alert, yeah. Actually, I don't think it's COVID. It's because of the change of the weather. The last night was a little bit chilly, I must say. And yeah, I think the changing of the weather is affecting me. So, Slam over here attacking the Berbers player, and Berbers galleys, we can say they're a little bit better because they move faster, but Slam has the timing with himself because he was feudal faster than his opponent, and now his ally freaking Andy is over here as well, so they're fighting together against red. Even green now, freaking Chris is here as well, so all the players from all around the world are over here pressuring between yellows and red's base. Freaking Andy must be a little bit careful here, don't go under the TC. But there are not any villagers. Oh, he has villagers inside the TC, but the TC cannot reach it. Okay, I thought it was in range. He's repairing very nicely, losing 1 galley over here, freaking Andy. And now they're pressuring under the TC, they snap the villager, they can even snipe the buffalo at this point. Tequila therapy, I don't know if it helps with sneezing and nose dripping, but if it helps, I would try it. Hello, Mojo. So, there's a clear advantage for now, at least, for all around the world. All the players are here. Yellow coming for the aid, but he will get himself surrounded if he goes too deep, so he has to go back. Now, you need to have your eyes for sure on the resource or the resources over here, because soon the player that reaches Castle Age first, it will have a huge advantage over his opponents, because in this map you play so much water that you are forced in feudal for a long time, because you have so many villagers gathering wood and gold, and the food income is very slow. So the player that will reach Castle Age is sooner. It's very dangerous for the opponent team. So we didn't saw orange galleys for a long time. So now here we see that he's trying to pressure freaking Andy's base. By the way, I don't know if freaking Andy and freaking Chris are brothers. I think they might be brothers, I'm not sure though. So he's doing a good work here, putting freaking Andy under restriction because he's forced to stay in his base, and even Red has some galleys. Oh, this is great. This is great because he's denying his gold and he will be able to snipe 2 villagers, maybe a third one if he... 3 villagers? No, maybe a 4th one then. 4 villagers down for freaking Andy. This hurts, but freaking Chris over here for the rescue, so he's able to help. Maybe his brother. I would say his brother, but I'm not sure. Oh, Tiramis is the video editor for Viper's video. Nice. And I'm not sure, but I think T West might be the video editor for Hera. I'm not sure. I heard them speaking about this in the past, but I didn't know Tiramis was the editor of Viper. Thank you, Mojo. It's good to know that. So you see, freaking Chris is on the way to Castle Age, but his galleys didn't have fletching, so he saved 50 gold and 100 food. So it's a little bit logical to have him going first to feudal age, and he has the market as well. But I do not see him making a market. Oh, he has a market. So yeah, he used his market to go up. And he sold his stone as well, so yeah, okay, of course, he's going up. Now, so Slam, Andy, and Chris are all over the base from purple, so he needs to be careful not to lose many villagers until his allies are able to come and help. But Slam has a few galleys over here, but he is pressuring on Red's base as well, so it's not so easy for Yellow and Red to come and help them. Okay, so there it says that they're brothers, so I'm correct. Nice. Thank you, Mojo. Yeah, I remember something like that. Someone maybe said it on a stream or something. And because I saw that freaking... I thought maybe freaking was the team, but no, freaking Andy is in my insanity, so freaking... yeah, they must be brothers. Yeah, tower forced here for orange, which is not good. It will buy him a lot of time, and he will be protected for now. Now, Castle Age reached for the Saracens player, and they decide to call the game as soon as he reaches Castle Age. So it was a total domination for all around the world. That is logical. It contains some of the best players in the world, like freaking Andy and Slam. Freaking Chris, I think he's a very good player as well, but he's not at the same level. Like Slam is 2k6. I don't know if he plays any longer. I've been competitive one-on-ones, but he knows that he plays Black Forest. Freaking Andy is doing amazingly in TTL so far, in T90 Titans League, ACCM as well. So I don't know if ACCM is going that well though, but he's in Titans League and he's at Platinum League, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I think the game was for them for sure. So we have the first game that goes to all around the world. So the second game now. Okay, for the second game we have Nomad Mega Random. Actually, give me a second. Is it Nomad Mega Random? Yes, it's Nomad Mega Random. Okay, so for the second game we have Nomad Mega Random, and this is a very interesting map, I must say. So before we check the map, let's check a little bit the players and the civilizations they have. So for blue, Slam, Bengalis over here, next to freaking Andy, so they're very close to each other, and over here is freaking Chris. So they have Vietnamese as well, and they will be able to see where the opponents are as soon as they get the TCs up. So red is over here with the Romans, purple over here with Lithuanians, and we have Mayans over here for Hiramis. So this is an interesting map because there is not fish, so it's not worth it to make a dock. And actually, it's not worth it, I think, to go for ships in this map, because if the channels, if the marshes, I mean, were like 2-3 paths across the map, then yes, it would have been worth it. But now it's so open that armies can go up and down, and it's not worth it to wall the entire map. So yes, it will be played like standard land nomad, I think, or something like that. I see a lot of the boars the map has, not so many, but equally spread. So maybe scouts could be a good opening here, or fast castle for a unique unit, but we'll see what the players decide to do. So freaking Chris is the first one that will reach feudal age, and I see a barracks from him, so I'm guessing he will go instantly for a stable, and he will take advantage, maybe knowing the position of the opponents. Yes, a stable over here, so knowing where the opponents are, he can straight send his scouts over there. And with Vietnamese, that was a solid uptime. So yes, the scouts are going straight for the opponent's base, and he even walled this this board. That's a nice move to not allow yellow to take it. So we have Market Blacksmith both for freaking Andy and for Slam. The Market Blacksmith for red over here, and the Market, I do not see the blacksmith though. Oh, there is. I'm blind. For orange. So the good thing is that yellow is wise enough, and he decides to wall. Although this, if he delays a little bit longer, the scouts will be in his base. And I see bodies here, but those are deer bodies, so nothing to worry about here. Let me see the kills to make sure that no one lost anything. Nothing. One death, so I see from a freaking Chris. Maybe he lost a villager to a boar. Okay. Both Slam and Andy are going for Castle Age. Red is going for Castle Age. Actually, all the players from Sober Patronus are going for Castle Age at once. But I see a stable here from the Lithuanian player. Okay, so he will go for Knights. The scouts over here from freaking Chris. But red is not fully walled, but the front of his base is walled. So he will be protected for now. And a castle for the Mayans player. Okay, so he's playing super defensively. The castle in his base, which is good. And he walled, so he will have a secure base. Okay, this is not fully walled, but it's walled in the front. So he will force the scouts to go around, or he will decide to go away. So he goes away. Now, what is freaking Andy? I see him coming forward, so I'm guessing he wants to go for a forward castle. Let's see the resources. Yes, 620 stone. Soon with 30 more stone he will have the ability to make a castle in the face of his opponent. I'm guessing somewhere over here or here to deny both TC. Actually, not both. 3 things. Wood, TC and gold. And a few farms. Second TC coming down for orange and red, and a castle for Slam. So he's gonna go for Ratha. Oh, this is a huge castle position. This is a very good castle, and I do not see any units over here present to stop him. You see that freaking Andy did not make any units in the feudal age, but because of his ally going scouts, he could scout the position of the enemy to find the best position for him to put down the castle. And now freaking Chris is also on his way to castle age. Instantly down another TC, and he's not playing without care. Freaking Andy, you see, he walls in his villagers as well, so he doesn't want to take any risks. So he's gonna make a TC there, so his economy will boom, will be good as well. The problem is that for the Romans player, he is forced by his gameplay at least, and the forward castle over here, to play defensively. I see a monastery and some spears and two TCs. Maybe soon there will be a third one, but he's forced to play defense against the Costalier and what else might come his way, which is Ratha, as we can see very, very soon. So the plumed archers are moving towards the center of the map. So the bad thing with plumed archers is that the bad thing with the Mayans player here is that he has a safe base, but he's far away for his allies to give them a hand. Second monastery for red, and a third TC coming down for orange. Two TCs down instantly for freaking Chris. Another TC coming down for Slam. No, actually, I think that's his first one, so yes, one TC for Slam over here. Second TC coming down for yellow. So all the players are starting to develop their economy. But red is in a tough position. Red is in a tough position, I must say. He has monks. And the thing is that he needs to find a stone to gather. If he's a... Oh boy. Oh, okay, he saved them, nice. But he put them into TC, so the monks are saved. Maybe he needs a few spearmen as well. And I think he needs to come and put a castle... Not a castle, excuse me, a town center over here, because he needs to gather stone. The only way to push this back is with an Imperial Age and start chubbing. The Rathas are over here. And a monk even for Slam. Oh, that's another castle coming in. So freaking Andy is coming for a second castle. So he has economy behind this, some economy at least, and he's coming in for another castle. And that, if that castle goes up, that's a GG castle. That's a devastating position for orange, because two TCs are here, stone, gold, his wood lines. His main economy is over here. He might have a TC down there, but there's no villagers gathering anything. So if that castle goes up, and I do not see any military stopping this. Yes, έχουμε ακόμα άτομα στο τουρνουά, αλλά είναι το παιχνίδι μιας ομάδας, το έδειξα χτες, και η άλλη ομάδα δυστυχώς δίνει admin wins προς το παρόν, μέχρι να δούμε τι θα κάνουν. Excuse me for the Greek, and if you know Greek and English, please type in English and ask in English, but if you have questions in Greek because you do not know English, I will answer. So the castle goes up, and yeah, that's a very hard position to fight. So you can already see him sending away like 20 villagers. The fight here is going towards the side of Sober Patrones, but the damage is already done. Reinforcements are coming in for all the players of team all around the world, and the castle is up. So that's a very, very hard position to play from. Third TC coming down for Tiramis. Fourth TC coming down for Slam. The third TC here for freaking Andy, but freaking Andy with the castles, he did an amazing work, and his allies always there with the armies protecting them, protecting the villagers to get up the castles. And like I said, so you can see that the Romans player is on his way to Imperial Age, but he has not a castle, and the Romans don't have cannons. So there's nothing you can do yet, at least, to put this TC down. They said a castle, I mean, excuse me. So he needs stone, I think. Another castle here for Andy. Okay, let's that castle makes me a bit skeptical because I do not know if I like this position or not. Okay, it's good to have a little bit more range and to deny another TC, but maybe it was a little bit of uncalled for to have another castle over here. Maybe I'm mistaken. Knights are coming for the raids from red. And actually, plumed archers are over here to help him as well, so he's able to raid a little bit. But Costalir are here, and the economy from Slam is sick. 121 villagers. He's ahead of everyone, at least 30 villagers, and he starts making elephant archers. So red, even though he's Imperial Age, there's nothing he can do against this castle. He goes Cavalier, decides to ignore this castle and go for the counter raid, which is good. So yellow, I don't know what yellow is preparing to do, because soon he must be up to castle age as well. But he is far behind on the villagers as well from his opponents. Because freaking Chris is 110 villagers and just reached Imperial Age. Slam 153 and just reached Imperial. So Slam can do whatever he wants at this point. And how many villagers does freaking Andy has? He has 60 villagers, 50, and he's losing because of the raids from the Cavalier here. But he did his job. He sacrificed kinda himself just to go forward and put castles in the gates of the opponents. Now that the elite elephant archers are here, they are pretty hard to stop. He might kill some with the Cavalier, but eventually he will get to a critical mass with elephant archers and they will destroy everything that the enemy provides for now. Yellow is fighting over here. Oh, yellow, he came over all this way to make a castle between Slam and Chris. And plumed archers are no match for Rattan archers, but the Cavalier are over here. But what's stopping now Slam to pressure red on his base? You can see how tanky these things are. Like he can stay under a castle, take fire from plumed archers and a castle, and he lost one after 10 shots or so. So actually, I think this game went better for Sober Patrons. They played better, and Red did a nice job because from the corner of his map, he decided to ignore the castle and go full Cavalier and try to raid their opponents, and he did a good job for a couple of moments. But Orange was so behind because of the castles and the raids from the Costalier, and Yellow was far away to give a hand. So GG, well played to all around the world. They passed to round number 3, and we can go to the next set. So the next match is so we saw all around the world against Sober Patrons. Now we have Howl against Dumbos. Howl is a Turkish team. So I think it consists of Cosmonaut, Ubetnir, and actually we're gonna see soon all the players that they will take place. So we have the drafts as well. So we have Howl against Dumbos. I think Dumbos played the game on round number 1, so it's around the second game for them in the tournament. And we have for Howl we have Land Nomad, and for Dumbos we have Nomad Lakes, and the first map that will be played it's African Clearing. And for the draft we have Spanish Mongols Band for Dumbos, and for Howl we have Koreans and Portuguese. Now, civilizations for Dumbos, we have Persians, Vietnamese, sniped from the opponents, Japanese, Berbers, Bengalis, Mayans, Italians, Franks, Burmese, Khmer, and Turks. And for Howl, we have Lithuanians, Malay, Malians, Kumans, Burgundians, Gurjaras that was sniped. I'm a little bit skeptical about that. Hindustanis, Poles, Magyars, Bulgarians, and Dravidians. Maybe they were afraid of Gurjaras on Land Nomad? I'm not sure. So, we can proceed to watch the first game. Howl against Dumbos. Which is African Clearing. So, game number 1. I need to change the names. So we have Howl against Dumbos. Hello, George Paluras. Thank you for the follow. So let's see a little bit the position of the players and the civilization. By the way, let's slow a little bit down. So before we talk about the civilizations and the match and the map, first we need to talk a little bit about the players. So Cosmonaut, Ronotovi, and Ubetnir. So Cosmonaut is I think 2k3, Ubetnir is 2k2, and Ronotovi I do not know, but he's also high leveled player, which means above 2k, 2k1 at least. Now their opponents are also high rated, but a little bit lower. So I think they have 4 players in their team, and one player is I think 1900, the other 2k, the other 2k1, and I think the other is 2k2, if I'm not mistaken. So the level is high for both teams. Howl has the edge because they have higher rated players on one that is, but the level is very high, so anything can happen for both teams. So, for Cosmonaut, for purple, over here we have Burgundians, Ubetnir with Bulgarians over here, and Ronotovi with purple, and Hindustanis. And now for their opponents, the Dumbos, we have green, Tomi Agd, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Khmer, Shepex over here with blue, and Berbers, and teal down here with Mayans, Tom S. So usually in this map, it's all your resources, like we said before, they're very vulnerable. So it's good to accept the wood lines, or if you have a TC at the edge of the map. So most players usually not all of them, but some players, at least one from each team, will try to open the scouts and try to harass the enemy. Fast castle with a unique unit is a common strategy as well, but we'll see what they plan to do. So far, I do not see any player clicking to feudal. Oh, you can see now, look at this, how much thick, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the scouting from Dumbos, which is decent, they still scouting with their sheep, but the scouting from Howl is They see more than half of the map. They have very good scouting. Soon they will find some opponents, but maybe they know that someone is here. So for sure they have found one opponent. Now he sees the houses here, Sepek, so he knows where then other opponent is. And actually, no, not how. I think I did a mistake. So this is I mean, the down boss found their opponents, but yeah, okay. So Hal knows that one player is here, but I don't know if they I don't know if they know that purple has two opponents over his head. He sees some houses over here. He may be considering that green is over here, but I do not think that he knows that blue is over here. But if he continues with that chip, eventually he will find a wood line and he will start thinking maybe it's green, or maybe the fourth player that they're searching for. The third player, excuse me. So we have Fiddle coming in for red and purple. And I see barracks from both of them, so they will go scouts. Stable coming down for the Bulgarians, stable coming down for orange as well. Allies, so they will both go scouts. I see walls already for red coming up, because he knows that his opponents by their uptimes are gonna go scouts. Fully walled base for Tom S, which is very nice to see. I don't know why he decided to go for this gold. He could have gone for this back one, maybe he didn't see it earlier. Market blacksmith for Cosmonaut. And blue and green are not yet up to feudal age. They will be very, very soon. It's always annoying to have the presence of scouts inside your base. So they did all this wall. Once again, excuse me. So they did all this wall for no reason, because now they have all. They tried to do a very big wall. So maybe it would have been better if you just tried to call your resources. So now they spent a lot of idle time and resources trying to wall, and now the scouts are still inside, so there's no point. Now he needs to be very careful here because the scouts are running under the PC and they're taking some damage. So blue, green and teal are all going up to Castle Age. And I saw an X here from orange, so he X'd to his allies that teal is over here. Fully walls, oh my god, fully walls coming in for Betnir as well. Double stable for Khmer, so knights will be out. Or he find a hole or he opened, and he's gonna lose two villagers, okay. But still, it hurts. So this is coming down instantly for a Cosmonaut, so he will boom. Oh, and somehow again the scouts got in. How did they go in? Maybe from a hole or they opened. Anyway, this is annoying to deal with because I see only a second DC from Teal but not a military unit, so he will not be able to deal with that anytime soon. Ah, okay, now he's making a castle, so soon he will have plumed archers. But the scouts will have been gone by then. Second DC coming down for orange. The knights try to get in Betnir's base, but they get denied. I see only one stable from red, so I do not know what he's gonna do. Maybe he will provide some scouts. No, he's even making light cav. For 5 scouts, I do not think that I would advised to go light cap. I don't know if he has more on the map, but no, I think I see only 5. Bloom, not Bloom, excuse me, Camel Archers over here. So Blue made the castle and he's coming over here. I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to go in because it's so easy to wall. Except if Red does not see this. Oh, and because he has knights in his base as well. Castle coming down here for Cosmonaut. 30C for Orange. The light cap still keep being annoying, but he has knights over here to mirror them and to hunt them down. To defend. So now he has knights and camel archers on his base, so he needs to be a little bit careful with where he gathers resources because he can lose his villagers. So one villager down for red. So the problem here is that green and blue are a little bit behind because of the scouts for the early game. Now they make both of them the second TCs, while Cosmonaut and Ronotovi, orange, are all 3 TCs. Now purple is even doing a 4th one. While Ubednir, he's playing and holding against 2 players, and the only player which is booming, not exactly booming because he has a castle and making some army, is teal. So Cosmonaut will soon be a problem. So will be orange. Fourth TC coming down for Cosmonaut. Knights here for the Khmer. And camel archers as well from the Berbers, but he has military units to defend. Now, yep, some monks and Constalier are coming forward for Cosmonaut. He's not able to. He will not be able to do much. He will be able to grab the relic though, which is very good for him. Again, the camel archers are coming for Ubetnir. I do not see any military units for him to deny them, except a few monks. And yes, Imperial Age coming in for the Burgundians player. I'm guessing with his army over here, he wants to come forward and make a castle over here. Green is also on his way to Imperial Age, but he does not have a... I don't know why he's going Imperial Age. I do not feel like there's much he can do with as a Khmer and 54 villagers. Yep, a castle coming over here for Cosmonaut. So he will be able to drop down Teal. Teal is not yet on his way to Imperial Age, so that's a problem. Two castles coming here for... so see, Sepex made the castle here, Sepex, and Green is making another castle here. But the castle from Ubetnir will be up first, because he has more villagers making it. Maybe that's why he went up to Imperial Age just to Treb. But who's gonna stop Orange? Orange is over here, and soon he will start spamming a lot of army, because he's on his way to Imperial Age and sitting at 126 villagers. So you can see the villager difference is at 100 at least. Now the Costalier are going in. Are they elite? Elite Costalier even, yep. And fully upgraded. These units are very hard to stop at this. You need halberdiers, camels, you need something. But Plumed Archers, Castle Age Plumed Archers, they're not gonna do much. So soon Teal will be out of the game. And they call it GG, as I can see. So GG will play to how the first game goes to them. And you could see how a few scouts were able to deny green and blue for a long time. Because of forcing them to make military units, not to attack but to defend, give the opponents enough time, give his allies, I mean Red give enough time to his allies to put down their TCs and start making a few military units to play themselves. Then the game takes off from there. It's very hard to come back from that. So we can proceed and watch game number 2. So, for game number 2, we have Nomad Lakes. So, in any map that has lakes and water, you need to go for it, especially in this map because it has enough water. So you need to take, for example, with Nomad Atacama, you have lakes, but not enough water to take control. Like each lake has 6-7 dip fish, so it's not that worth it. Still worth it though, but you have always to go for the lakes. It's a huge advantage. The fastest food food income in the game. So let's see a little bit the position of the players in the civilization. So we have blue over here with Burmese. We have green over here with Japanese and teal with Persians, and they already see an opponent. Excuse me. So we have purple. We have orange over here with Malians. We have yellow over here with Lithuanians and red with Malay. Now, how do the lakes look? So red has a control of this lake, has a dock in this lake, but his opponent, blue, is next to him, and they don't see each other yet, but soon they will. So they will know that they have an opponent on their lake. Yellow is fishing over here on his own. Purple is fishing. Why am I saying orange purple? I don't know. So orange has a lake to himself as well. Okay, we're here, but the time is past. And teal and green, they are both allies and they have this lake for themselves. This is a dangerous position for Teal because he's in between two opponents, so an instant tower coming down for red. He will protect his own base and he will deny this wood line eventually. But he's sending villas to fight, this is good, but red's TC is so close that he can provide more villagers very quick. And he will force Teal to move away. So we have two docks over here for red, so he made one more, just to take control of the water, but also did blue, so they will have a fight here for the control of the lake. And I see a dock even from teal here. And he's even making a fire ship. I don't know if he's making on this dock or the other one. No, oh, he's making in both docks, so he's making a few galleys here. Even one galley can do a huge difference, so he's making one to help his ally, while he's trying to save his own fish over here against red. So red is fighting again in two lakes. Another tower coming here, that's a good tower, it's denying the main wood line, but Teal is also counter towering. Blue has taken control of this lake for... Why is he making fish traps for now? This is a mistake. He has so much food to gather for, and you decide to spend a lot of wood. This is like 500 wood at least. Each fish trap, I think, costs 100 wood. So I think that's a mistake. That's a huge mistake, not just a mistake. Anyway. Scouts over here from Lithuanian player. But he's not able to do much. Orange has scouts as well. Knights. What? I don't know. My mind is not in the game today, so I'm making a few mistakes. Apologies. So green and yellow are also fighting here, and if I recall, was yellow's lake, and green came and made 2 docks here to take control. This is good. Mangonels from orange. Oof. So Teal is in a very hard position. His ally is in no position to help him because he's fighting for water control, and he's not even on his way to Castle Age, so there's no way to help Teal. So Teal has to deal with knights, mangonels, and he starts to lose a lot of villagers. The good thing is that his Persians and the TCs are made of titanium or something, because they have so much HP. The castle coming down here for blue, so he will be able to provide, hopefully in time, to rescue Teal. Some are by, but still with one building you need a lot of time to have a critical mass to do something, because the production will be slow. Even a ram coming in to put down that TC, and another mangonel, and he barely saved it. So because he does not want to damage his ram, because he was damaging his ram with the shots that he did, the only way to avoid attacking a building with mangonel and a ram, so the rams does not cause any damage, so the mangonels don't cause any damage to the ram, is to do it with attack ground. A lot of knights here from purple, and Teal is out of the game, and he has sent his villagers away. Yellow Cosmonaut is making more TCs. Orange already has 3 TCs. This is looking tough for Dumbos. Now the knights are going towards green, and the mangonels as well. So green does not have any military units to protect himself either. Arambai are here, but there are so few against so many units. So first this is down, now the second will be as well. There's nothing to stop the mangonels. And green is also out of the game. So only blue, but there's no way for him to be able to fight against 3 players. So they called it GG. So GG will play to Howl, so they pass to the next round. Well played to Dumbos as well. And now we have 2 more games to watch. And then the next game is very, very interesting and I haven't seen the games, but I've seen the teams, and I think it's a very, very nice game. Very nice matchup. Okay. So we can proceed to the next game. So before we see the game, we need to check the draft. So we have Combi, which is a country team, like it's like A4G. So they have some very, very strong players sitting at the top of the world on the ladder, at least for now, and we will see the players very soon. And we have traders, which they played on round number 1, they won, and now they're playing on round number 2. So for we have traders, we have Nomad Step. For Combi, we have African Clearing, and the first map that will be played is Nomad. Now the civilizations, we have banned the Spanish, Mongols, Persians, and Lithuanians. And we have traders, we have Italians, which they were banned, sniped, Berbers, Burgundians, Koreans, Vietnamese, Britons, Huns, Hindustanis, Burmese, Magyars, Goths. And for Combi, we have Malians, Portuguese, Gurjaras, Chinese, Dravidians, Kumans, which they were banned, Mayans, Bengalis, Turks, Bohemians, and Khmer. So we can proceed and go watch game number 1, which is Nomad. So we have game number 1, Combi against, we have traders. So let me fix the titles. We have Combi against, we have traders. So Nomad, a map that you need to go for water. So I've talked about the openings of the maps many times. So we can go straight forward to discuss the civilizations, the players, and their positions. So give me 1 second, please. All right. All right. So first, let's talk a little bit about the players. Combi Uzi is a 2K5 player, so he's very high in the ranked ladder. The Mariarch, I think he's around 2K, and I don't know how to pronounce this, but Gray is at 2K2. Now the opponents, which is I think this is Ice-T, Storm, and Sixo, are all rated from 18 to 1900 and 2K. So they're between that ladder. So there is an advantage of skill level towards Combi, but still, like the previous games, the level of the players is very close. Except, I would say Uzi, who's a lot higher on ranked 1-on-1. So we have Uzi over here with Malians. We have Green over here with Dravidians, and we have Grey over here with Portuguese. So Red, Ice-T with Red. 6 over here with Burmese, and Purple, who's Storm over here with Burgundians. So first, let's check a little bit the dock positioning. Red dock from Red has a dock over here. I mean, Blue, an opponent close, but they haven't seen each other. Purple over here, and Yellow over here, and they have in between them Green. And I think I'm missing one dock. Is it possible for a player not have gone for water? So Blue, Red, Purple, Green, Yellow. Where's Gray? Oh, here it is. Okay. So Gray and Green are next to each other, and they're between Purple and Yellow. Okay. For a moment I thought that maybe one player didn't go for water, and I would have been very surprised, because at this level the players understand how important water is. So Dravidians will be the first player that will reach feudal. So the players all reaching feudal very close to each other, and they will start making. I already see 3 fire ships already coming out for Team We Have Traders, and galleys only from green, from Combi. So with the 2 galleys here, unfortunately, he was not able to snipe any fishing ships. So with 2 galleys, yellow is able to force him away. And with the new galleys, he can even start hunting the new fire galleys. I mean, he can start hunting the new galleys, but he needs to be careful because if he gets at least to 6, he can just hit and run. And he has a villager repairing as well. So you see that 3 players from We Have Traders, they're all going water, while for Team Combi, only 1 player goes for galleys and the other 2 are going for an FC. And I see armor upgrade coming in for Grey, so he will go for a stable. And blue, I don't know what Uzi is planning to do, but we'll see very soon. I see galleys coming in for Uzi, so maybe he will go for fast fire ships, fire galleys. I mean the next upgrade for Castle Age. So they were able to clear here yellow's galleys. So we have a little bit of a standoff from a green and a yellow over here, but if from galleys and fire ships, I prefer galleys. Okay, they need they need much more micro, but they're very effective if you mass them up. Oh, wait a minute, I saw green going for fire ships as well, so he will be able to push purple back. But purple is also on the way on his. He just reached Castle Age and he has more galleys, so he will maybe invest in galley as well, on war galley upgrade. Second TC coming down for Storm, 3 TCs down for Uzi, so that's what Uzi was planning to do, so he will boom. Oh, actually he has knights on the field as well, so he will boom. He made a couple of knights just to delay trying to find vulnerable resources. The castle coming down here for red. Whoa, triple monastery coming for Sixo. But he needs... Okay, now he saw it, he walled. Nice. But triple monastery, Let's see if he's able to use the strategy to his advantage. So the water is not yet cleared. The southern part of the map is controlled by green. The eastern part from the water is controlled from an opponent of green, which is red, and from the other part of the map it's controlled by purple. So I would say that We Have Traders have an edge on water, but on land I would say that Combi has the edge because they're at least close to 20 villagers ahead. I don't know if fishing ships count for villagers, I'm not sure, but it says economy units, so yes, it's fishing ships as well. Includes villagers, fishing ships and trade units, okay. So in the land, the Combi has a better position. 3 TCs here for Storm, which is good. Uzi has 3 TCs of himself over here. And Grey has 3 TCs as well. And we have a fight here, so war wagons are coming in. War wagons is a very annoying unit to deal with, and we have war wagons from red and monks for yellow. So let's see what... I see green trying to gather a lot of stone to defend from this. Because if Sixo takes the upgrades and he makes siege units, and if he takes redemption, his monks can convert siege units and buildings as well, and the only way to stop them is with a huge mass of units. Either it's skirmishers, arbalists, light cav, I don't know what, or a castle. Oh, He tried to wall this, but unfortunately he was a little bit too late, so he might lose a villager. Yep. Now with the war wagons and the monks, they're trying to go around, but wisely green stone walls to give no options. Ooh, a castle over here coming from Muzi in the face of purple, so these two pieces will be denied, unfortunately, for him. And a mangonel as well, just to make sure that the thesis will go down a little bit faster. But Storm is making a siege workshop of his own, so he's trying to go for mangonels as well. But I'm not sure if they're in a safe range to attack Uzi's mangonels because he's under a castle. But I do not see any upgrades, so they have only 8 range. So still the water is contested by both teams. Green here is sniping some fish from red, and to the south side of the map, down here we can see purple destroying the docks from grey, and I do not see the Mariarch having any fishing ships. Another castle here, another castle coming in from grey this time, so purple is in between two opponents and he's in a very dangerous position. Portuguese player is going up to the Imperial Age, and with a castle he will be able to trap, and I see pike upgrade coming in, so he will go for pikes and siege. A castle coming down here for green. He needs to get this up if he wants to stay alive. And he will get it up. I think he needs to be a little bit careful with the mangonel shots. I think he will get it up. He needs to commit all the villagers and try to avoid the shots from the mangonels by going back and forth like he's doing now, so the castle will go up, so he is saved for now, so he buys himself a lot of time. Halberdier and Redemption. Ooh, Redemption coming in for Uzi. I don't know if Redemption is a good upgrade here. Ooh, both mangonels got converted by Storm. 2 monks and a mangonel go down, and 2 converted, so he will hold from this side, but I would have preferred if Uzi went for Imperial Age instead of Redemption, because his ally from the other side will destroy purple. For purple, he is not on his way to Imperial Age, and he is in no position to defend from halberdiers and siege weapons. But I see that war wagons over here are causing trouble on his base, and if he masses enough halberdiers, he could drive them off. Not that he will kill them, because they will run away, but he could buy himself some time. And he will lose a TC here, so red is doing a good job over here. And purple just clicked up, so did red. A castle coming down here for Uzi to defend from the monks and siege from Sixo. A forest castle over here for grey by red, just to defend. He doesn't have ballistics. Oof. If he stands and fights, he will lose a lot. Now you see with a few halberdiers he was able to drive them away. So now he can focus on the attack on Purple's base. I'm surprised that he didn't make any more trebs. Now he has another one in the queue. Oh, he did chemistry as well, so he has a cannon on the queue as well. So these buildings were converted by Sixo, and now he deletes it so he can enter the opponent's base. He has the upgrade, so he's trying to convert Grey's monks. Grey can convert as well, but he decides not to, which I think is the correct position because he was caught off guard. The war wagons here are still being annoying from red. So I see chemistry and range is coming down for Storm, so he wants to go for hand cannons. Look how much annoyance these monks and sieges. And for Burmese, monks are... the upgrades for the monks are at half cost, so they're pretty cheap. I see some Gbeto here from Uzi, but they will be converted. You cannot fight the monks with just a few, like 4 or 5 Gbeto. Yeah, 2 converted. Yeah. Oh, the siege tower trick. Now this might work. He can snipe a little bit of siege and monks and put them back in the tower and run away. But he waited for far too long. I think he should have shooted 1 mangonel, hopped back in, move a little bit further from the spears, hopped out, kill another mangonel, hop back in. So actually that's an effective way to defend from this, I think. Now the Korean player is starting to push Grey over here, and the situation for Grey is not looking good on this side. He's still pressuring for the castle here from Purple. And he needs to be careful with his cannons because the Storm's monks can convert siege units. And he's forced on skirmishers. So now the game is looking very good for we have traders. A castle coming down here for Uzi for defense and protection. So he's up against the castle. Another castle though coming down. No, he decided not to make the castle there. Okay. Now you see, oh my god, cannons from Storm destroyed 1 treb and 2 cannons from Grey, so he will hold. And now Grey is in a very tough position because not only his push did not work, but now he has to deal with Koreans over here. And war wagons, if they have their upgrades, they are very hard to deal with. They're not elite though, but still they have chemistry and they have a bracer. Imperial just came in for yellow, so he's taking all the upgrades for his monks. Theocracy, illumination, block printing, which is block printing is the range. Theocracy, so the monks do not lose the faith if all convert the same unit. And illumination is so they regenerate faster their faith. Now the treb went down for purple. Now Uzi is trying to pressure and destroy the castles, but I don't see any military units to protect the trebs. And he needs to be a little bit careful with that treb. Okay, he notices. Oh, he denied the castle here. He denied the castle here from yellow. So he makes another one over here and another castle coming down here from yellow. I'm not sure if Uzi will be able to protect his castles here. I think with He already has 7 trebs over here, and 4 of them are not doing nothing for now. Cannons are his problems because cannons can snipe the trebs. Oh, he has some trebs over here, so he started trebbing. But let's see, he might be able to take control of the center. The war wagons here are still producing a huge problem for Grey. And he even has cannons of himself now, for himself. He has fully upgraded skirmishers, but he needs numbers, and war wagons are a tough egg to crack. Castle is coming over there, cannons as well. Yeah, Grey is in a very tough position. So we have a treb over here, and Green is using his villagers to repair the treb, so that's a nice teamwork over here. And Uzi is trying to pressure on the Burgundian base, but with hand cannons already at the weight and cannons as well, there's not much he can do. He's forced to make skirmishers, and Malians don't have good skirmishers because if I'm not mistaken, they're missing 1 attack and 1 defense. And they decide to call the G, so GG, very, very well played by We Have Traders, although they were lower rated on one-on-one from their opponents, which means the opponent has much more experience on one-on-one and on many different situations. They were able to take the game. So 1 for We Have Traders, 0 for Combi, and we can proceed to game number 2. So the second game is the home map for Combi, and it's African Clearing. So let's see the players, the positions. So over here we have Combi, Uzi with blue. Over here we have wait a minute, who's this player? Urek Mazino. I don't know who this player is, but he's above 2k, I'm sure, because I know the rates of Combi, of the players that are taking part in this tournament, at least. And Kingston is another 2k5 player, so he's very, very high rated, so he's very strong himself. So Kingston over here with Gurjaras. Chinese we said for Uzi, and Mayans for green. Now they're very close to each other. All the allies are very close to each other. So the opponents now. We have Storms over here with Goths. Goths on African Clearing. I'm surprising to this villager because Goths is not considered a good civilization. Okay, they have a decent new bonus because their hunts last more, but they do not have mobility. Their knights are not good. They're very good in late game because of the spam, but in early stage of the game, they have a decent Dark Age, Feudal, and Castle Age. Not that much. But let's see what they have planned. So yellow over here with Vietnamese, so they know that all the opponents are at this side of the map. And red over here must be very happy to know that he has the entirety of the map to himself, and he's with Berbers over here. And he has 2 legs to his TC, extra 2 legs over here, but he's in a very good position. So Uzi is on his way to Feudal. I'm expecting maybe he will try and go for some scouts, but do not see a barracks coming down. He will put it down now. All the way down there, okay. I don't know about that. Why he makes the military buildings there. Well, okay, so they didn't want a wall like this. They want a wall a little bit more forwards. Okay, now I understand. So, purple sent some villagers over there to fish, but green sent the villagers to drive them off, and he's even destroying the mill. Nice. So when you're in Dark Age, the buildings have less HP and they do not have armor, so they get down easier and faster. You can see how fast the palisade goes down, and he will get in. Oh boy, annoying. Scouts from Uzi, so the villagers from purple have to run away. So if they micro correctly, he will lose at least 2 villagers. Yes, 2 villagers down, that hurts. And green is even taking his position of fishing. A tower over here, okay. So he wasted wood. Okay, so he made the tower to take control of the lake and for safety. I see a blacksmith and a market coming down now for Sixo, so he will go for fast castle. The fast castle will come for red as well, and he has some scouts coming on his base. So his opponents are far away, okay, but you need always to be careful because his wood line, his stone, his mill is exposed. Now the scouts will be annoying. Yes, he can fight them, but still they're annoying. One will down. A stable and castle coming in for Kingstone, so he will go for camels or for the Srivamsa. The Kingstone, excuse me. Sixo just reached Castle Age, but he makes a castle over here, so he will provide Rattan archers for his team. A castle coming down here for Ice-T. And a town center as well, which I very much like. He tried to trap the scout, but no. Castle coming down here for the Mayans player, so plumed against Rattan archers. Plumes are fast and they can avoid fights, but Rattan archers are much better because they have very high pierce armor. Second TC coming down for Tio. Green is now making another TC, and Sixo, yellow, is making another TC as well. Oh, some archers here from Storm, so he's becoming a little bit annoying with his archers. He was able to snipe one villager and idle a lot. Plumed archers are coming in to drive him off. And a knight, so yep, those archers and spear are gone very soon. And the Srivams are here as well. So yep, those knights are cleaning the archers. 2 TCs coming down for Storm. 3rd TC for Kingstone and 3 TCs for Ice-T as well. And Kingstone is doing the right thing because the one player that he's further from the opponents is Ice-T, and he has units here trying to delay him because he does not want to allow him to boom freely and make army as well. So yeah, sniping one villager, slow by slow, part by part, so he's delaying the red. While himself is booming. He has 3 TCs. Yellow is making a 3rd TC. Ooh, so he made the castle and he went for Huskarls. Now, the Huskarls are good very good against archer type units, but against knights, But his ally with Rattan archers is here to help him. Camel archers here for Ice-T, so he's paying Kingston with the same coin. an Uzi. So he went for the counter raids, but he needs to be very careful of Shivamsa raids because they are very good against the archer types. But I see that he has all the upgrades for the attacks because they do very decent damage. Yeah, he wants to run away, but yeah, they're not allowing him, so he will be trapped there. And he decides to delete the wall. No, actually, he didn't delete the wall. The camel archers opened, so he's able to run away, and he will go towards the castle of his ally. So fighting is going all around the map. Now they have a fight, and I see that Srimvamsa and Plumed Archers were able to clear the Rattans and the Camel Archers, so they are ahead in army. And Ice-T is on his way to Imperial Age, while Kingstone is making his 5th PC down here. He's not building it yet, but soon he will have it up. Blue is pressuring the Goth player with Mangonels and Knights. Yellow is on his way to Imperial Age as well. Uzi's score is very high. Oh, and he was able to snipe that Mangonel. So he has 3 Mangonels now. This DC is not gonna last for long. And the Knights are in as well. So he needs spikes, he needs presence of an army to be able to defend from this. Yeah, this is very bad for Goths, for Storm. I see camels for the Berber's player, okay. But camels from Berber against camels from Gujaras, well, camels from Gujaras are better. Yep, he's losing so many villagers. He has spikes to defend now, but he lost 2 TCs and a lot of villagers. So, purple is in a very hard position. Trebs are over here from Sixo, trying to pressure green. And green is Imperial and he's making Elite Eagle Warriors. And Elite Eagle Warriors can destroy Rattan Archers. In order for Rattan Archers to prevail against Eagles, you need to have a very good position and all the upgrades for your Rattan Archers. Even El Dorado coming in for Mayans, so these Eagles will have 100 HP. So one castle is down, but the Eagle Warriors will soon come. Oh, yep, they're coming. This is 100 HP Eagle Warriors, so they are tanky AF. Trips are down. The Plumed Archers will not be able to escape. Yep. Plumed Archers gone. Not Plumed, excuse me. The Rattan Archers gone, and they called the GG. Well played by Compy. So we have 1-1, and we can go to game number 3. And for game number 3, we have Nomad Step. So Nomad Step has 4 lakes in the corners, but it's just for beauty, I guess, because there's no way for reaching this lake, and it doesn't even have a lot of water. So it's like normal Step, but you start with 3 villagers, of course. You have all the wood lines at the outskirts of the map, and in the center of the map you have all the deer. So there is no deer at the circles around the middle. So the wood lines, I mean, the outskirts, like I said, in the map, at the edges. So all the deer is in the front, in the middle of the map. So if you want to have a good hunt, you have to go for the deer in the middle. Either you have to stand and be happy with berries, boars, and some pigs or sheep. So for why didn't I use this? When you press the right click, you can scroll like this instead of me scrolling like this. Oh, interesting. I think I added English on the stream tag, on the title at least. Oh, I see what you mean. Well, I don't know how to do this, but maybe Ryder knows. But the title I have Greek English though. Hello, Roda Studio. So let's check the positions and the civilizations. So we have red iced tea over here with Britons. We have yellow over here with Huns, and we have storm over here with Magyars. And the enemies, they're so close to each other. Oof. So teal is over here, which is Kingstone with Khmer. Green over here with Bengalis, and we have Uzi down here with Bohemians. And everyone. So purple is in a tough position because he has 2 opponents over him, and blue from the other side. So he's in between, let's say, 3 enemies. So like I said yesterday, 2 things can happen. Either he will be able to delay at least 1 player or 2, or he will be out of the game completely. But we'll see. So yellow is down here and red. So let's see what the plan of the game, how this game is gonna go. So he's going to, purple is going to the middle of the map to gather berries and deer, especially for the deer you go, of course. Kingston is making a wall over here, alright. And he's even making a wall here. So yep, they are not trying to trap him, but they're trying to protect their own map. So he's walling all this side. Okay. So purple opened scouts, which I'm a little bit skeptical about this. Since you have your opponents too close to you, scouts is not a unit that can have much things to do, because when opponents are very close to each other, they tend to wall. And scouts is a unit that mostly it's about caught the enemy off guard. But now look at this. All this map is walled, and this side as well. So Combi is fully walled, so they might only control an edge of the map, but they have the resources to do what they need to take the control for the rest of the map. So far, they are forcing their opponent to make scouts, and he cannot use them because they are fully walled. And all of Combi players are going fast castle. Red is already to Castle Age and making 2 TCs. Yellow is already at Castle Age and he's making 1 TC and cavalry archers. Blue is even stonewalling this, okay. Double sable from Khmer, so I think he's gonna go for scouts. No, see, light cav, maybe? Yep, light cav. So he's making a gate, so you wanna get out from here, alright. Cav archers over here, so they wanna open, so they try to open with archers, with everything they have. Poolside wagons. So Uzi made a castle. So Husite wagons are very, at this stage of the game, at the early, with not high damage units, they are very good because they are very resistant to archer fire. But if they get swarmed from knights and light cav and melee units, they can be destroyed. So Kingston wants to make a TC out here, but I don't know if yeah, they're not gonna allow this. So 2 wheels down, he deleted the TC. So Storm is making another TC here. Uzi is making a TC out here. But Sixo already has mangonels. And he didn't notice this because his units were passing, but he didn't notice. Okay, with the tags, thank you. A lot of light cap from Kingston. That's a good because he's not wasting gold, so he can continue raid with food units. And a castle coming down here for Bengalis, so he will be able to have this safe position to start opening the map and be able to play with more space. But this TC is in a dangerous position. Now he sends the light cap to snipe the mangonels, and he will be able to snipe them. So he saves the TC. Fully light cap, okay. It's working for him. Green is on the way to Imperial Age. I'm surprised that red, for example, is not on. Now he just clicked up, okay. But his economy was, if I'm not mistaken, his economy was untouched. Yeah, he's gonna lose his army here as well, which is very bad for a player with archers and going up to Imperial Age, but because archers need the armor, need the numbers to be good. Oh, that's a castle. Yep. Castle here from Uzi, so he's taking control of the center of the map. But red will be Imperial Age very soon as well, so he will be able to make trebs, and he's even making barracks to make halberdiers to face Uzi. Oof, elephant archers for Bengalis. This is gonna be hard to deal with. Halberdier coming in for Britons. Ballistics and Thumbrian coming in for yellow and Imperial Age very soon. And Storm is in such a bad position because of the light cap and a few bad fights. So, and he was closer to the enemy, so he was forced to play with 2 players at least, if not 3. So he's in a very hard position, only sitting with 60 villagers and forced to run away everywhere on the map. That's a lot of Husite wagons. A lot. Okay, there are 15, 17. But against archers, even if they do not have any upgrades, but they don't have many upgrades to get. They have the elite, and they have siege engineers as well, if I'm not mistaken. And that's it. That castle will go up. Barely, but he got it up. But there's nothing here to stop the elephant archers. Light calves coming in for Kingston as well, so he will send them everywhere, and he already started raiding, so the game is looking very hard for we have traders, and the game is looking like it's coming to a close. Yep, and they call the GG. So GG, well played the combi, 2-1, and very well played for we have traders on the first map. They played very nice on Nomad, and they took 1 game for combi, which has very good players, which Kingston, Uzi. They're very high rated, and the other players as well. They're around 2K2, like I said before. So we'll play to all the players, and we can go and see the last game. Okay, so we have the game again. We have Xever, Xever. I don't know how to call them. Maybe Xever. I'm not sure. Xever A, or how do you Z or Xever A? I don't know. And against AMLDT. So confusing names for me, unfortunately, but we'll figure it out. Actually, wait a minute. Okay, so AMLDT is Amali. So I'm gonna call them Amali. So it's 2 words. Okay, let's go and see the drafts first. And then we can go and watch the games. Okay, so A88 is for Amali, the team, and Nahue is for Xever A. So we have for Amali, we have Lithuanians, Dravidians, Band, Mayans, Malians, Khmer, Burgundians, Hindustanis, Bohemians, Britons, Incas, and Kumans, and they banned Spanish and Chinese. And for Nahue, we have Persians, Mongols, Vietnamese, they were banned, Japanese, Berbers, Magyars, Malay, Romans, Teutons, Bengalis, and Burmese. Koreans, Portuguese banned. So that's the civilizations. And for the maps, we have Nomad picked for Amali and African Clearing for Xever A. And Nomad Atacama will be the first map played. So we can go right up and jump to the first game. So Nomad Atacama is the first game that we're gonna see, and map that we've seen before. All the wood in the center, hunt at the outskirts of the map. 4 lakes with not much water, but still a good bonus to use. So let me fix the titles.
Yes.
So the messages here was, I know what it was. So the message was that one player from, I think it was from Xever A, he did palisade walls, and it's forbidden to make palisade walls before 3 minutes mark in order to avoid early laming resources and such. So he made palisade walls not to lame, but to wall his villagers. And at this, before the tournament started, someone asked if someone uses palisade walls or a house trick to de-aggro boars or wall his villager on the dog, just out of the habit and to make sure that the villager is protected. So one player did palisade walls to protect the villager on the dog before the 3 minute mark. So this is not punishable because, like I said on the Discord on my question, and I said again, the walls are just to forbid and to discourage players from laming and laming before the 3-minute mark, either if it's villagers or hunt. So there is not a problem if you make palisades at the 0 before the 3 minutes in the game just to wall your villagers or to the aggro hunts. So there's no problem. So we can proceed with the game. And you see that when the 3 minute almost was at the time, like 3 minutes, 3 minutes and 1 or 2, red and blue instantly started the fight. So red and blue, actually before we proceed with the fights here, first we need to check the players. So we have red over here Burgundians, rays purple with Incas, and yes, they're talking about the TCs. So, and yellow is over here with Britons, and the opponents we have green over here with Japanese, teal with Teutons, and blue over here with Mongols. I'm surprised that they didn't ban Mongols because I haven't seen Mongols in a long time. Like I saw it, I think I saw it once yesterday, but in many Nomad games, Mongols is a very good civilization because of the hand bonus, but it's getting banned a lot. So let's see a little bit about the lake now. Blue has his water here, but he has 2 opponents on his lake, which is red and purple. Not a dock over here. Yellow has this dock one for himself, and teal and green allies, they have this docked for themselves. So red and purple, and in a very hard position because they are far away from the center of the map, which is the wood. But teal and green are closer to the wood lines, so it will be easier for them to take control. But I see towers already coming in for purple, so he's doing the right thing in order to delay the opponent. He's even making 2 towers here. Teal is making 2 towers just to get, he's even committing so many villagers to get the range. I don't know if this is, I don't know what a pro would say, if this is good or not. He's just getting rid of the range in order to not allow the Incas player to make more archers, so he's forcing him to make 175 more wood if he wants to make another range. But that was idle time, so I don't know if it's good or not. I'm not in a position to say. But from my eyes, I would have let the range. I would have preferred my villagers to work. The tower trying to come down for raise, but the villagers from Xavier are doing the Vil Wars, and he is able to deny the tower and force the Vil Wars from purple. While red is going up to Castle Age, and he will go for a castle. Blue is making his second DC, and yellow is sending villagers forward, so he will make a castle as well. Ooh. Ooh, that's a good castle. The tower here is a little bit late, so now with the villager fights, now he might be able to buy some time, but if he sent more villagers to the tower, he would have been able to deny it, but now there's no way he can deny this. Yes, he's forced to run away, so this is a problem. He loses 1 villager and the tower. And longbows are gonna be very annoying for the Japanese player to deal with, since he's just 1 minute behind Castle Age. Castle coming down here for red as well, and teal is in a very hard position. The tower is not even up, and the castle is up as well. So Coastal Ear are once again gonna be a very huge problem from teal. So with just like that, teal and green are in a very difficult position. And even a siege workshop coming down from red. Mango die over here for for blue player with 2 TCs. He's trying to help, but it's hard because of all these wood-lying paths in the middle, which they can be easily walled. He tries to deny 1 TC here, but he was late and he didn't have the number, so the TC is up. And the castle here is not denying an immediate resource from green, but still he has a problem. Like this building can provide a lot of problems for green with the unit production, with the siege workshop here. Ooh, that's a very nice castle for blue. That's a very nice castle because it denies this town center over here. It will get these towers, and that castle will go up. There's nothing they can do to deny this. So that's a very good castle. It even denied the wood line for purple. Nice. So this is the problem with this map. All the players, they making their town centers away from the center. Maybe it's worth to walk a little bit more just to make the TC in the center. I'm not sure, but making your TCs at the outside parts of the map, you can see everyone will try to fight like crazy from the center. With a few castles and towers behind the wood lines, it's very hard. The Mangudai here are doing some work. Nice. Castle over here for green. But the longbowmen still are being annoying. So he has to make mangonels. A mangonel here yes. Getting destroying green's TC over here, but the tower he needs to be a little bit careful. He needs to repair the mangonel if he doesn't want to lose it. Mangudai over here, they will not be able to do much because he has very few numbers, but he didn't pay attention. Now he pays, and Mangudai are gone. And Mangudai to lose like this is not good because they are very slow to produce at this stage of the game. Yes, you can see why Mangudai is good because they, as a cav archer, they can run around. You can never reach them, and they can run and run if he decides to run. A little bit late, but okay. Castle Age coming in for purple. Oh, they're getting from the same resource and their opponents. He sees it, but he does not know what to do. Okay, he X's, or maybe he tells one of his allies to bring some military units here. But Teal has archers over. Not Teal, excuse me, purple has archers here. So that tower will go up eventually. A castle over here for Incas. Ooh, a castle in the face of the Mongol player, so that's bad. That's bad because it does not have a very good economy. It has a fragile economy. It has 60 villagers. Now he makes a 40C over here. So this castle is very dangerous, and the Briton player is on the way to Imperial Age as well, which is very bad news for blue. And if it's bad news for blue, it's bad news for Xevere. Or Xevere, I don't know how you can pronounce this. And now even... So green made the guard towers, and he's even pressuring with mangonels. Because red has a fragile economy of his own, because he's not able to take wood from the center of the map. Now he can bring and make a TC here. I think. No, he has two opponents. If he makes a castle here, though, he can take control of this. Yeah, because of his position, like I said before, green and green and red being far away from the center, problem. Yeah, Imperial Age just came in for Britain, it's a treb, and he will start trebbing, and the longbowmen here are being annoying. And the longbowmen with... Now he has taken Bracer, now Chemistry came in, so they have 6+4, so they're not very easy to deal with. Mangonels is not a good unit because they can outrange them. The longbowmen can outrange them by a lot. And Mangudai, they need a lot of upgrades to be able to deal with Longbowmen. Like I said, he didn't make mangonels. Okay, he made scorpions, which are cheaper, but he's not able to hold them here. Green has a TC down here. Okay, nice. Longbowmen, so still not elite, but still they have so much range. So blue, like this, because of the castle coming on his face, and Longbowman having so much range, he's out of the game for now. Still, he has a lot of villagers. He has 80 villagers, but not a safe position to gather wood from. Green is Imperial Age as well, okay, so he will pressure red out of this position. But maybe not, because yellow is here as well. It seems like a very hard game now to bring back. It seems to me that Amali will take the first game. Ooh, Step Lancers, okay. Actually, Step Lancers might do well against the Longbowman, but he will just be able to buy time, not to defeat yellow. Yeah. You can see the Step Lancers, they come in, they snap the trebs, then they can go away. Or he will try to kill them. No. He will clear them. Yep. But still, he's so far behind. And things here are not looking good for his teammates either. I feel like yellow is so far ahead that there's nothing they can do to stop him for now. Even with a few skirmishers that yellow is making, if you do not have a safe wood line to gather from, well. Even the Inca's player will be able to start making an impact to the game because he has 90 villagers, he's Imperial Age, he's Shrebbing, has Eagle Wars as well, so he will take down the castles and he will start pressuring in the middle from the other side. Although he has blue behind him, but yellow will soon defeat green, and then he will be able to go and help. Even if that castle goes down now, he can jump, heal over here and fight. Champions. I think he made them because of the Eagle Warriors, but I'm not sure if that's the right choice. Eagle Warriors, okay. GG called. Well played to Amali. Well played to Xever, whatever it is. Xever A, I would say. Well played to them as well. But because of the castle coming in the face of blue, while blue was making some Magda and booming, and he made an amazing castle over here. That was a very good castle he did. But the castle up in his face from yellow and the faster uptime, well, decided the game because yellow is now so far ahead. So we can proceed to game number 2. So game number 2 is a map that we've seen many times today, and it's African Clearing. Oh my god, a town center at the dead center of the map. This is so dangerous. Okay. The best position you can put a town center is the best position, I think, is this one. If the fish were a little bit closer, or the TC a little bit closer to the shore. This is a perfect TC. You have gold, you have stone, you can wall, you have the wood line over here. So we have Mayans over here for yellow, red KW with Hindustanis, and purple Rays with Kumans. The opponents. 2 opponents at the dead center of the map, which is very bad because there is no safe resources to gather at the later stages of the game, and they could be surrounded easily because there's no possibility to fully wall your base. So we have Romans over here for green, Magyars over here for teal, and Berbers over here for blue. So let's see. Oh, and they know that 2 opponents are on the center of the map. This is even worse. The good thing is that the Magyars player is on his way to Feudal Age, and Kumans is on his way to Feudal Age. I don't know if he will Feudal Boom, or if he will open some scouts and then Feudal Boom. It's a very nice strategy that I've seen, and I've tried it myself, playing Kumans, opening scouts, and then after you have like 6-7 farms, you make and second TC, but you do not need to make farms here because you have so much hunt to gather from. Fully walled here for KW, nice. Scouts are coming straight for yellow's base, and he wants to go for an FC Knights, but yellow, he didn't take advantage of his base. Okay, he walled his wood line, so his wood line is safe for now, and a tower is coming there, so his stone, that's a good tower, so his stone and his wood line will be denied, for now at least. He's making a counter tower himself, and he will get it up. But if he was fully walled, he could have avoided all of this. Oh, he didn't repair. Oh, the tower will go down. But he's making a second one. Okay, while the action is going on here, so what do we have here? So blue is going for a 3 TC boom, so he's making 2 more TCs. Green is not yet on his way to Castle Edge because he's going scouts himself, and he's facing the Kuman's player, and the Kuman has 2 stable scout production. For now, green has the advantage, but soon, with the 2 scout production, the 2 stable production, Kumans will have the advantage. And red is going to Castle Edge as well a little bit later, maybe because of the walls, but he made market, blacksmith, and stable, so maybe he will make a few camels. And that's about it. Now you can see the production from the common player is starting to get these scout numbers out of hand. I don't know, does he have any upgrades? No, he does not have any upgrades yet. Now he's taking armor. 40 is for blue. Oh, he found a trap here. Not a trap, excuse me, a hole. So he was able to snipe 2 villagers, if not 3. So you can see what I mean with being that the center of the map is gonna be very hard to play from. If you're exposed from every side. Oh, what? I don't know what is going on today, but somehow scouts are able to jump walls or what? They can jump from walls, or I don't know, they can swim. How did he go in? Maybe he accidentally opened the gate while a camel or a unit or a villager was passing and he got in. Okay, he didn't cause a lot of damage. He caused some, and he's forcing the camels to stay home. But yeah, it's annoying. TC coming down here. Scouts from the common player to blue, but he has already a lot of TCs. Second TC is up for yellow, and a third TC is coming as well. A castle in the middle of the map from the Romans, so he wants maybe to go Centurions, but actually that's a more defensive castle. Because when being in the center of the map, you're very exposed. The good thing is that he has a castle, TC coming down at the edges of the map as well. So it's very good. The Commons player now, he will reach Castle Age, and the Commons player with 71 villagers reaching Castle is very scary, because he already, you can see, he has 3 stables. And with the economy he has very few villagers on gold actually. If he puts a little bit more villagers on gold, he can even produce from 4 stables. And I'm guessing he will make a castle somewhere, or he will make a TC. Let's see that he needs 150 more stone. Now he has the stone he needs, and now he will make a castle over here. More stables coming down for KW. Yes, the castle here, it hurts because he adds a lot of pressure in green. Who is disturbing me once again? Oh, blue has a very nice economy, even better than the Khmer. He's sitting at 143 villagers. Oh boy. So yeah, he's in a very, very good position. He's Imperial Age, and he will go for camels most probably. But the Hindustani camels are better, and KW is also going up to Imperial Age, but he's very behind in villagers compared to blue. The castle blue wants to make a castle here, so that's good. A wall coming down here from teal. Well, this castle must go up if he wants to pressure from this side, but now he has camels, heavy camels upgraded, so he needs to protect the villagers if he wants to get the castle up, because he's bringing... Oh, he has gold here, so he has villagers to come and help if the need comes. Now we can see some knights coming in for the Commons player, and even a Centurion and some Spearmen from green, but he decides, nope, no, there's nothing I can do here. I decide to go home. A lot of knights here for the Commons player, but against camels. So Berbers is in a very good position. His allies, green and teal, are in a very hard position, but the good thing is that for Amali, Rays is in a decent position. Yellow is in a decent position as well. Now he struggles because he's an age behind, and he has 2 trebs already trebbing him. So from a decent position, he's switching to a critical position. And Red is in a very good position himself because he has camels that destroy the command camels. Not the command, excuse me, the Berber camels. And soon he will be able to click for the Imperial camel upgrade. So Red is coming to try to snipe the trebs. I don't know if he's gonna be able. No, he decides that there's nothing I can do here. I do not have enough. Now Imperial camel on the way. And Imperial camel is a very expensive and an amazing unit. Yeah, so he snipes 1 treb. Thank you very much for the follow, Nico. I hope you're doing well. So he was able to snipe 1 treb. The castle from the Magnus player is going down. And the Berber camels are here, but the camels from KW are here. And Imperial camels are no joke. But he's lacking a lot of attack upgrades. He now took the second one, but he still needs to take the last one. But you can see that the Imperial camels are no joke. Even though the score might lie, it's not lying actually. Berber has a much better economy than Hindustanis at this point of the game. Now he has now he's starting to have the same economy because he's sitting at 146 villagers. But I do not know if there's a single unit that he can make right now. The only unit that can stop Imperial Camel is, I think, if Berber makes Camel Archers. But he's forced to play against 2 or 3 enemies at least because his ally is in a very hard position. Okay, green is able to hold the teal over here, so he will, at the best scenario, he will be forced to play against 2 players. So instead of making camel archers, which they cost stone because you need the castles, he decides to make some cavalry, but this is a very bad fight. He has the numbers, but actually he's my bad. It was not a bad fight because he had numbers on his side and those camels were injured. I mean the Imperial camels. So he's able to hold, but he will not be able to hold another wave. So that was a decent fight after all. He was buying time, but now there's nothing he can do to stop that. Almost all the camels are full HP. Even if he decides to fight downhill, there's nothing he can do. And he has them downhill, actually. So KW decides to go a little bit back. But I'm afraid this might be the GG fight. There's nothing he can do to stop this. And green with purple here in a stalemate, kinda. Ooh, Legionaries. Wait a minute, Legionaries. I haven't seen Legionaries in from Capture Age. Never. They look pretty cool, man. Like, they have the shield, their capes. And if you fully upgrade them, they're a very, very strong unit. He has Legionaries and help, so if he breaks Collective, he could push back purple, but they decide to call the GG. Yes, there's nothing blue can do to hold this. So GG well played to Amali. 2-0, well played to Xavier A as well. So they will fall, they will drop to the loser bracket, and Amali will pass on round number 3. And that's all the games that we have for round number 2. So now we can have a look at the brackets so far, and then we will call it a night. So This is the winner bracket, and this is number 2. This is all the games that we saw. We had some admin wins as well because some teams said that they will not be able to. One player was not playing in the tournament, so they will not be able to play any games, and it's not possible for us to remove them from the tournament, so they will have to give admin wins to all the opponents. So all around the world is a game that we saw today, the 1-2-0 against Sober Petronas. Suomi B against Dreamer Z. So Suomi B is, I said in the previous stream of the last week, that Suomi B, Malisauko player, will not play Age of Empires any longer, and they had only 3 players, so they decided to give the admin win to Dreamers. So Taiwan Tag won against the Seminoobs, 2-0. Seminoobs is one of our Greek teams. Admin win against Laka. Laka got the admin win because admin win was not able to play, or they were not able to find times. WWP, the Chinese players, won against Les Miserables, and I would say WWP might be the favorites for this tournament, but a lot of strong teams are coming up, and as you can see, as we proceed, more and more good games are coming up. So we have the Amigos. Oh wait, before Adam's Party Shop against Laka and Friends. Adam's Party Shop, they gave admin win. So I don't know if they're gonna play at all at this tournament. The Amigos against Los Conxetumare is a game that we saw yesterday, and Amigos won 2-0. Xavier and Amalie is the game we saw just now, so 2-0 for Amalie. My Insanity against DYS is a game won by My Insanity 2-0. BK and Love against La Pandilla de Tortuga is the game we saw yesterday, 2-1 for BK. Combi Sports against We Have Traders, we saw it 2-1 for Combi. Howl against Dabos, 2-0 for Howl. Fox Meta against Chirimoyos. Now, this game, I don't know who forgot or what happened, but it's not yet decided who's gonna get the admin win, because there is no further days for them to play, only if they can find a time to play this weekend 2 games in a row, because they will have to play this game, and then the winner will have to play this game, and the loser will have to play in the loser bracket. So, and Marguko, I think he sent me a message today, and I told him that I will discuss it with Manos, and then we'll see what we're gonna do. So, Hijus the Memp against Fox Alpha, it's an admin win for Hijus the Memp, because they were not able, Fox was not able to play at weekends, and Hijus the Memp, they had the most free time on weekends, and they are in America, if I'm not mistaken, and the time difference with Fox Alpha, which is Europe, it's huge. So they were working, and they had some difficulties trying to find time. Sals against Totok, Sals 1-2-0, and Illuminatis against Super Wonderful AOE Gamer. Illuminatis again get the 3-0. I don't know what happened with Super Wonderful AOE Gamer. Maybe they were not able to play, or they were not able to find some time, but so many informations are coming every day, so it's hard to keep track of what happened to each game. So yes, this is the game for the loser, for the winning bracket. Now the loser bracket, U2GG main, again, they take an admin win from Super Wonderful Gamer, so I do not think that they will play any game. Fox Alpha Xavier B. Too Many Cooks are waiting the game from 2025, so they will have to play with Too Many Cooks 2 games in a row. I mean, the players, Sirmoyo and Fox Meta, will both have to play 2 games in 1 week if they don't want to get an admin win, one of them, and we will see who's gonna get it. Dumbos against La Academia. La Padella de Tortuga against is this? Wait. Anyway. Yes, it's Bebores. I was confused. Bebores de Metu. So. Xevere against Pineheads. Adam's Party Shop against SWB Belarus. And SWB Belarus, they gained an admin win. Maybe, yes, Adam's Party Shop will not play at all. Las Miserables against the Bone Zone. Adam win against King Kill. This is the second Greek team, and they play with our guys. What? The Seminoobs play with Kill Onagers with Bomber Cannons, which is the both Greek teams. Okay. And we have Suomi B against Miras Bobo. Suomi B, they will not play any games in this tournament. And then we have Sober Petronas Michelin against Chirimoyo Fantasy. So this is the games that we are expecting for the next turn. So that was it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the games. And I wish you all a great night. Any questions, by the way, can be brought to the Discord or PMs, or you know where to find us. So all the links are here, if I'm not mistaken. So have a great night all, and see you on the next stream.